Good evening and happy Wednesday. What does it take to be happy? Some wise person said, my mother said that happiness is the key to life. And when I was 5 years old and I went to school and they asked me what I wanted to be, I said, happy. And they said, you don't understand the assignment. And I said, you don't understand life. Stay tuned to find out who we are talking about.
It's the Good News Wednesday show. Come on, kids, it's time to roll. Tell everybody that you know. Watch the Good News Wednesday show. Good News Wednesday's finally here. Let's stand up and give a cheer. Watch the boredom disappear, 'cause Good News Wednesday's here.
Good evening, everybody. Happy GNW, Good News Wednesday. I'm Karen Donovan, your host. And yes, we're talking about happiness tonight, folks. And that famous quote about what does it take to be happy? Happiness is the key to life. And when they asked me what I wanted to be, I said happy. And they said, you don't understand the assignment. And I said, you don't understand life. That was John Lennon, very wise man. And we want to cover the topic of happiness because there's some secrets there that I found out about this week when I was studying this topic. And I thought I'd like to share them with you so that you too could know the secrets to happiness. Now, the main thing we want to know about happiness is that there was a study done. It was by the University of Kentucky, I believe. And they studied people when they were very young, and they wrote like questions, answers to questions. And the folks, they tracked them later in life, like when they were, 60, 70 years old, really, old. And they found that the folks that had answered the questions with a positive attitude, number one, lived 10 years longer than people who answered with a negative attitude. Now, I have also some other statistics about people who are happy versus people who, the folks that kind of have a rain cloud over their head sometimes. Their tendency is that people who have a positive attitude and are happy have 3 times more creativity. How about that? They also have, for those of you in a sales profession, who I know a few, 40% more sales than an eggie. That's very interesting. And they were 31% more productive. I don't know where they got the 1% from, but 31% more productive because they had that attitude. And, they found that circumstances only made up for 10% of what makes people happy. So in other words, people who, and you've seen them, you've seen people who are in, have been in dire circumstances, been stressed out, maybe poor, maybe something really bad happened to them, but yet they're still able to have a positive attitude. And that's, what we would all like to strive for. So the question is how do you do that? Because, obviously, if you are a, sunshiny, excited, enthusiastic person to begin with, maybe you have a leg up. I don't know. It's probably just heredity. But on the other hand, there was this very interesting study done of the Okinawan people in Japan. And, they lived a pretty stressful life. These people, Okinawa, they lived through the war and hardships and poverty, but yet some of these Okinawan people, when they are in their community, they have the highest longevity rate of anyone in the world. They live 100 and beyond. They also have, they went to go visit there, and they have very few nursing homes, very low rates of dementia and cancer, hormonally caused cancer. Now, how could this be? Because when they moved away from their environment, they had the same rates of unhealthiness that we all experience. So what were the keys? People ask me, well, was it, eating seaweed or what? Well, yes, it was their diet for sure. They, do eat fish, and they do eat dark vegetables, sweet potatoes and dark green vegetables. So eat your veggies. In addition to that, they do not have, in their language, they do not have any word for retirement whatsoever. No word for retirement. Now, I know to some of you that probably doesn't sound very attractive, because maybe you're looking, forward someday to retiring. But if you think about it, retirement, it's almost like you should be able to just have a life avocation and not a retirement, so that you too can enjoy life while doing something, whether it's, a volunteer thing or a work thing, but something that you can get really excited about, something creative, something that makes you happy, something that makes other people happy, something that fulfills you. So the people in Okinawa did not have any word for retirement. And they were in the nursing home that they did have, they were playing, it was more like a country club than a nursing home. So basically, don't retire if you want to be happy. Find your life's purpose and just do it. That's one of the secrets of being happy, that positive attitude and finding your life's purpose, and then just enjoying your life. So there's really no secret, but on the other hand, there is a secret, because if you're happy, then everything is easy. And now let's talk about what makes people happy around their house. I got a very interesting question this week, and we will have the trivia questions later in the program. But right now, let's talk about So, what makes people happy around their house, especially when the weather is rainy, like we're experiencing right now in many parts of the country? Some parts I know wish had more rain, but the eastern seaboard seems to be getting its fair share. You're experiencing a leak in your roof. And I had a client call me today and say that happened to them. So here are some tips for how to be happy and stay dry by not having your roof leak. So here are some of the things that you need to do. First of all is monitor your roof. Go up in the attic, in the crawl space, somewhere where you can see above the ceiling, and you want to look for the following. You want to look for damp spots in the insulation. You want to look for rusted nails or black marks around nails, so that you can see if there's any moisture getting in or dripping somewhere, dripping down a skylight, dripping down a chimney. All right, so that's the first thing you want to do. The second thing you want to do is check your gutters, because if your gutters are clogged, they're going to back up into your house and they're going to cause a leak. Or if they're not draining properly and pitched properly, then they're going to come back to bother the foundation of your house, which you don't want that either. The other thing you want to do is periodically, you or someone who's brave and is going to go up on the roof, you want to go up and look for torn shingles, or you want to look for flashing around chimneys, skylights, roof vents, and make sure that the seals and the flashing are intact, because sometimes they just get worn out or dried out and in the heat, and so then they tend to leak. I'm very thankful for two things in two roofs of homes that I own. One, I had my gutters cleaned, and my workman discovered that my flat roof had a leak in it that I didn't know about. So we immediately were able to take care of that. We ended up sealing it for the time being. So we'll see how that works. And then I just want to say one last thing, which saved me a bundle. I had a new roof put on a house, and about a year and a half later, I decided to get an inspection, a home inspection done. So don't flip that off. If you aren't buying a house, it's okay. Invest in a home inspection every so often, because they picked up things that were wrong with my roof that I didn't even know about, that were done improperly at installation. What happened was they overshot the nails in the shingle. And so the shingles, when there was a storm, they could just fly up and eventually they'd rip and the roof would leak. So fortunately, our company was still in business and we were able to have them come back and fix it, and saved us a bundle down the road. So if you want to be happy with not getting wet and not having a mark on your ceiling of a leak, make sure and check your roof and do a little maintenance every so often, so that you will have a happy life. And now on to another happy topic. That's right, folks. If you want to join in the celebration, now's the time. If you have a friend, a relative, a neighbor, an acquaintance, a colleague that you would like to surprise or embarrass on our show, on our live show, just send me their name along with their birth date and an email address for them, so that they too can receive a special birthday greeting, as well as a personalized birthday cake. That's really cool. So we want to announce the birthdays for this week, which is very exciting. And we want to wish happy birthday to Lori Hillis on August 12th, Amy Coxon on August 13th, Karen Richards on August 13th, and Don Mays on August 13th. Then on August 16th, we have Dennis Carr and John Irvine. And then on August 17th, Carol Karachi and Kelly Ricketts. So we want to wish them all a happy birthday on your very, very special day.
Celebrate, no debate. It's your day, so don't delay. Send in vibes, 'cause you survived. Your special day has now arrived. Send in cheer for you to hear. You're a VIP and your birthday's near. You're a blessing anyone can see. Loved by friends and family. Celebrate, no debate. It's your day, so don't delay. Send in vibes, 'cause you survived. Your special day has now arrived. Send in cheer for you to hear. You're a VIP and your birthday's here. So celebrate, 'cause it's your very special day.
And if it's your birthday today or this week, then we wish you sincerely a very, very special day. And don't forget to celebrate. So if you want to send me an announcement of someone and surprise them, send it to Karen at homesbydonovan.com. And I'll be happy to include them in next celebration. And now on to what you've been waiting for. The trivia is here. That's right, folks. You've seen it here first. We had our trivia contest this past week. We had a record number of entries. Oh my gosh, the way it works is we ask each week a trivia question, and then we choose from our handy dandy mixing bucket 4 names, 4 winners who each receive a Panera gift card to put a smile on their face and a fun time for their week. And that's why we've been doing this show ever since the virus started back a year and a half ago in February. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep putting smiles on people's faces. And that's something that we just enjoy, and we hope that you do too. So now on to our trivia question for last week, which was about synonyms for happiness. So all of these words are synonyms. I did that last week too. Synonyms for happiness, meaning they are the same or similar words, except for one. Which one is not right? A, gleefulness, B, plaintiveness, C, merriness, or D, contentedness. Okay, and the answer is B, plaintiveness. Plaintiveness is not a synonym for happy. It is almost an antonym for happy, which is sad. Okay, so here we go. Let's see who were the winners. Drum roll, please. All right, we have our 4 winners coming up, folks. Here we go. Seda Rizvi. Congratulations, Seda. Evelyn Torres. Congrats, Evelyn. Matt Broussard. And Kimberly Dennis. So those are our 4 winners this week. They should be expecting their Panera gift card. And if they don't get it, please let me know at Karen@homesbydonovan.com, and I'll make sure and track it down. Okay, now on to our contest for next week. And how can you play this, you ask? Well, you can answer tonight by placing your answer in the chat on Facebook or the comments on YouTube, along with your name and email address, and I will see it, and then you'll be entered in the contest. Or you can send me an email at, all right, everybody together, Karen@homesbydonovan.com. Or you can request our free newsletter, our Monday morning wake-up call, and you will get an entry form in there, an official entry form, so that you can enter the contest. And then on Wednesdays, that's when we announce the answer. So here we go with our new topic, which is, you've been a little hot lately. I have. Dog days of summer, you know. So the question is why do people refer to part of July and August as dog days of summer? All right, one of these answers is correct. The other three are not correct. I'm gonna try to stump you this week. Okay, why do people refer to part of July and August as dog days of summer? You ready? One, because this is when there are the most dog shows. Oh, dog shows. This is the time of the year when they have the most dog shows. Okay. A was when they have the most dog shows. B, because it's hot and humid, like when a dog is panting. Okay. Why do they call it dog days of summer? Because it's hot and humid, like when a dog is panting. Okay. C, because this is when most men get in the doghouse for partying too much. Okay. And then D, because this is when the sun occupies the same region as Sirius, which is part of the constellation of Canis Major. All right. So that's the question, the trivia question for this week. A, because this is where the most dog shows are. B, because it's hot and humid, like when a dog is panting. C, because this is when most men get in the doghouse for partying too much. Or D, because this is when the sun occupies the same region as Sirius, which is part of the constellation of Canis Major. All right. So if you want to answer now, you go right ahead, put it in the chat or the comments. Even if you're not watching live, if you're watching the replay, you can still answer and I will see it. Or send me an email, Karen@homesbydonovan.com. I will be on the lookout for it. And hopefully we will see you again. And until next time, make it a great week. Bye.
It's the Good News Wednesday show. Come on, kids, it's time to roll. Tell everybody that you know. Watch the Good News Wednesday show. Good News Wednesday's finally here. Let's stand up and give a cheer. Watch the boredom